Now, I would love to dive into his musical alias Big Baller B, but that deserves a video of its own, so let's continue to talk about Brad.
What's going on, peeps? And today, we're going to be talking about Big Baller B. If you didn't know, famous music reviewer Brad Tastes in Music happens to make music himself. He goes under the satirical persona Big Baller B. His audience has grown a lot throughout the past 2 years, so I thought it'd be a good idea to make this video and catch up on his fascinating antics. If you haven't watched my other documentary on Brad, my best video, please do so. It might clear up a few things y'all discuss here. Now if you're ready, let's dive head first into this rabbit hole. March 6, 2017, Brad would upload his first song, Over the Shore. It was just him experimenting with a simple beat, but this won't be the last time we'll see Brad go for an island-like aesthetic. He was under the DJ Busyness name during this period of time. Throughout April, he would occasionally release new instrumental pieces with jazz and pop elements. With the release of Consuming Touch, he changed his stage name to Bradley L, and then Bradley Layman, his real name. It seems like he was trying to make serious music, but eventually he would switch over to something more playful. Fast forward to October with the release of Hot Trash, embracing that comedic side of himself with a goofy beat. It wasn't until December where we were introduced to Big Baller B for the first time on Big Baller B is Back on the Mic Again freestyle. It featured Brad moaning in autotune while spitting nonsense. While technically under the Bradley Layman stage name, he would release the B EP, which is pretty much a compilation of all of his 2017 Soundcloud work so far. He put out another Big Baller B single, In the Club with Teenager City, produced by Bradley Layman. I'm guessing he was trying to separate the two personas, rapper and producer. But finally, we got Big Baller B's first official single on March 2nd, 2018, titled Jesus. It was pretty much a parody song, making fun of famous rappers for over-exaggerating their lifestyle. This was set in expectation of what you would hear from Big Baller B. Songs about getting too many women, flexing his loads of cash and expensive purchases, and stealing your girl. The song itself goes kinda hard in my opinion. Sure, the beat sounds like it was jacked from the early 2010s, but his personality really sells it for me. Hook's catchy too. This style of comedy rap was likely inspired by Filthy Frank and Bo Burnham. He's also put out a diss track on Pillow Pilots for featuring him in his Try Not to Get Angry compilation for his 21 Pilots reviews. His releases continue to be scattered as his YouTube reviewing career took off. I Got Clout, Club Banger, Big Baller B, yeah, he's an egotist, and especially his cover of Paradise by Lil Wayne. Now things started taking a turn for the worst when he put out My Emo Song, a song he recorded on stream complaining about how laggy it is, and then proceeds to drown his sorrows with alcohol.
Why is my stream so laggy? I hate streaming with this lane. Anybody care about me?
This is an obvious parody of the emo scene for being overdramatic in their sadness. He would continue to troll the clique with a freestyle over Levitate. Unfortunately, he would reach rock bottom with his debut EP, The Good, The Brad, The Emo, on November 7th. The project was universally panned by critics with an average 19 user score on Album of the Year and a 0.99 rating on Rate Your Music. Brad himself admits it's one of the worst things ever. 2 weeks later, he said, "Legit, I don't even know why I did this looking back. I put this together in an hour. Most tracks already existed. I just lazily slapped awful, unfinished songs into an EP. There are a few funny moments where I go just far enough, but those are far and few. It's not rap. It's not hip-hop, it's just another attempt to make the voices stop." Memes aside, it might have inspired a lot of Album of the Year music critics to make music of their own, for better or for worse. Soon he would come into contact with Flex Entertainment. Young Schmoobin had previously reached out to Brad to feature on his YouTube Money mixtape in May. Heck, Brad even did a reaction to his mixtape on his main channel. During late November, Brad was scrolling through the website known as the Top 10s, a list creating site that you can vote on and get your choice higher. Brad would discover low mosquito disease on the worst songs of 2018 list. He hit Mosquito up on Instagram stating, "Is this the real legend himself?" Mosquito then replied, "Yes." On December 10th, Brad uploaded his Worst Songs of 2018 video, discussing artists like Lil Flexer and Lil Mosquito Disease, bringing new people to their audience. At the time, Shmoobin was already planning on getting several people to appear on his remix of YouTube Money, and Brad introduced him to just the right people. On December 11th, Brad reached out to Mosquito again, stating, "My friend is a SoundCloud meme lord. I reviewed one of his projects on my channel. He is trying to get you and Lil Flexer on a track. I just recorded a verse for the dude. It's for his YouTube Money mixtape 2. It'll be fire. Are you up for it?" Mosquito then replied, "Sure, send me the beat, this bout to be fire." Brad then said, "I'm gonna get the beat from Shmoob. Also, I shouted you out in my last vid." Mosquito then said, "Ayy." After 2 weeks of cooking, the 8-minute remix of YouTube Money was released on December 24th, birthing Flex Entertainment. On January 5th, Lil Flexer made an announcement on Twitter about the birth of Flex Entertainment. Brad set out to improve his music from his disastrous EP and make something listenable, but still a bit playful. He still put out shit shows like Welcome to the Big Baller B Parade, which is exactly what you think. In comparison to actual good songs like Is That Your Girl and Hookada Bookada. He announced his debut album for the summer titled My Big Baller Paradise, which was then shortened to Big Baller Paradise. Brad was on a creative high in terms of making music, so there were several scraps like the single I Took Yo Bitch to the Dentist, which was left off the album. Departure was the original closing track before being replaced with Big Baller Paradise outro. Other tracks scrapped from the album were named Super Spritzer, The Sheer Best, Lost, and Sandcastles. It was set for the release June 7th, 2019, with bright synths and smooth production. The album ended up receiving mixed reviews. An improvement! There were instrumental tracks like Lazy River and features from Mosquito, Shmoobin, and Kid Patrick. It currently has a 54 user score on AOTY, with praises toward its streamlined production, but got criticized for not being funny. Once again, Brad is pretty unsure about the record himself, calling it cringe as of 2021. It doesn't help that it caused some controversy in AOTY because, of course it did. In response, we got the good, the Brad the Emo 2, like we need a sequel. 2019 was a rough year for the man. Thankfully, it wasn't all bad. We got Swarm, a team up between Big Baller B and Lil Mosquito Disease. It was rolled out with several song parodies like Earth 2, Flex Gang, Old Town Road 2, and Feeling Blue. It was released a month after Big Baller Paradise on July 12th to positive reviews, 68 user score. The chemistry from the two and the overall energy of the project made 20 tracks fly by. Sure, there are several filler tracks, but the charm makes up for it. It might be the only project from this era of Brad that he stands up for today. Not gonna lie, coming back to this project, even though I'm embarrassed about some of the awful shit I did on here, the overall experience and cohesiveness of the album is literally everything I could have wanted. I loved making this, one of a kind. It's clear that the two had fun making this. Mosquito still calls it the most fun he's ever had as a rapper. A famous music reviewer and a rising meme rapper coming together to create some wild stuff. This only helped Flex Entertainment grow as a brand, with Brad's reach inspiring artists like myself to join the community. It seems like after this run, we started seeing less and less music from the Big Baller. It didn't help that he had a major health decline and needed a break from content. Besides a few SoundCloud uploads, we didn't see new music from Brad until 2020. He was focused on getting his head straight, as well as grinding out YouTube videos. He would occasionally drop by Flex Entertainment voice calls to hang out with his label mates. With the world shutting down, it was only right for the Big Baller B to rise from the dead and save it. Jessica was released on March 26, 2020. The song was inspired by a video he made where he attempted to take all the elements he hates about music and turn it into the most insufferable song possible. This experiment, progressive tune, was critically acclaimed, kind of failing the mission. It's now known as one of his most iconic songs to date, where there was hints of a Jessica EP. Too bad it was scrapped, with Only Broken featuring Lil Squeaky being a close follow-up. There was supposed to be a theme around the Jessica character he sang about, with several songs now unreleased. He felt like it was just not funny as a whole to make into a project. His only other hit that year was Aimin' My Gun at Your Son, where he went out to some random sandfield to film a goofy music video. It's one of his personal favorites for that catchy hook. Going from 2 albums in 1 year to barely 2 songs in 1 year is a sad downgrade, but with his channel taking off, He just didn't have enough time to make Big Baller B music. At one point, he almost changed his name to Young Whitey. I'd almost compare him to Lil Dicky, where he was making a lot of music and having fun with it, but once he put his name out there, he put his musical side on the back burner to pursue a successful acting career. Brad is the same way, except he became a successful music reviewer with 100,000 subscribers. Don't worry, we still got a few singles here and there with Mask 2, Demons, Where's the Album, Simp Zone, and Keemstar. It's just him putting out playful tunes with several inside jokes and not caring about what anybody thinks. It has been such a better mindset for him, as he likely got caught up trying to make actual good music during 2019 that he wasn't as happy making. He felt like he had something to prove, and the over-analyzing AOTY community didn't help. His only project in 2021 was a parody album of 21 Pilots Scaled and Icy called Chaved and Ashy, featuring Brad just messing around with samples, mashing them up with the original album, and rapping over them. It's an entertaining listen. There was also a reaction to Corpse's Hot Demon Bitches Near You, where we were introduced to B Dizzle. He was pretty much a stereotypical white YouTube rapper reactor who gassed up anything he was hearing, also encouraging you to cop that merch, with a setup that reminds me of John Denton. His next appearance was a reaction to Tom McDonald's New World Order, where he did his best No Life Shaq impression. It was crazy! 2022 would make this rebrand official with the Prison Sentence EP. The 3-song collection was a Tom McDonald parody, where he talks about how bad it is to be white. So bad, it feels like he's in a prison cell, where he sells crack and has prison sex. He's the white Kendrick Lamar, without promotion, any of that nonsense bullshit, violence and drugs. B Dizzle is the realest rapper in the game. The only gripe with this is that I simply wanted more out of it. More truth bombs, more poetry, more tracks. I totally didn't steal that from an album of the year review. He put out a beautiful remix of Am I the Only One by that guy from Stand, where he announced that he'd become a political channel. Hansanabi was shaking his boots. Good thing it was a joke. He had one of his best well-written features in 3 years on Menace 4 by Lil Skooky, where he actually took it seriously with an incredible flow, and he participated in Flex Fest 2022, headlining with Lil Mosquito Disease. The set featured the duo performing their bundle of hits, ending with Flex Gang, before the entire stage explodes due to the power of Brad screaming. Later in December, B Dizzle reached out to the Flex Entertainment Discord server to cook up beats and send them to him. Within a few hours, No More Half Measures, a Breaking Bad reference, was released on December 29th. It received mixed reviews, with a user score of 53, but due to its popularity, it currently has 500 ratings. This is more than most actual musicians. Once again, it's just Brad freestyling over Flex-produced beats for 10 minutes. The atmospheric black metal project just shows that B Dizzle only wants to have fun when it comes to this music stuff. Let off the tingle burr. A month later, a video was uploaded called Free B Dizzle, with Big Baller B dancing and guitar strumming over #FreeHead by Young Headshit, suggesting that B Dizzle is still stuck in prison. A day later, the mixtape was released to streaming services with Crack in My Crack on it. Since then, it's been quiet in the B Dizzle and Big Baller B realm. I predict some type of prison break. As for now, Brad is going to continue dominating with his music reaction content, and who knows when the story will continue. It could be somewhere over the shore. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel and see new videos like this, please subscribe and share this video. And Brad, you're still the homie. Peace.